Hey guys, I'm Rafa. I'm CVPTXP. Welcome to the Team Standards course. So if you reached here, keep it up. You're doing good in your EB Academy. So the idea of this course is for us to understand the tool that Isaac uses to manage people. So the team standards are what we chose as a tool to manage our teams and to make them productive. So it's very based on Isaac's timeline that has a beginning of each term and an end for each term, and some and things that need to happen in a regular basis during the projects. So it's split it into building, which are the actions that you need to do to build a strong and performing team. Performing, which are the things that need to happen regularly in order for the team to have a routine, and then closing, is the list of actions that need to happen in order for knowledge transition and skills transition. So going over the building part, the first part of the building steps is the introduction. So basically, the introduction is what we know the most as the first functional time and the first touch points that the team leader has with the teams. So it's split it into a getting to know, so you can break the ice with your area, your team. Then team bonding, so that people can start seeing each other as a team, and then the actual functional knowledge that introduces the processes, the tools, the things that you're going to use in working as a team. The second part is the plan. And when we talk about plan in Isaac, it's very important to remember that our plans will be built and are built in the 40x scheme. So it's very important that when you are downscaling your plan and you are understanding your plan, you also understand the whole system of 40x so you can pass it to your team. So the steps are the following. So building a team purpose. And usually when we think about team purpose, we think about like these big things, name, a t-shirt, a logo, a slogan. So it's a very simple thing actually that a team needs to do in order to see each other as a team. So having a symbol, a word, anything that can unite you as a team. Then the second step is to set expectations, either yours towards them and they towards you. So understanding what are your expectations of your team towards you as a leader can help you understand what type of leader do you need to be in order to make them more productive. And also aligning the things that you expect from them help you set some behaviors and set some rules inside the team. The third step is goals and strategy. So this is the moment in which you are going to downscale the goals, the strategies, how you're going to achieve it, the changes that the area is going to face, and this is a more frontal part, but it can be built in a way in which they are engaged with these things, and it's not just you saying. So this is a very important part. The fourth part is the JD and deadline. So it's time to understand among the whole processes, among the whole strategies, what are the things that is my responsibility to do. So are the things that are each of the members' responsibility to do, and by when do they need to do this? So make things more practical. So that you can go to the personal goal setting. Personal goal setting is a space in the building part that is very undermined. So we usually don't pay that much attention on the personal goal setting as we should. So there are two goals that you need to set and that each of your members they really need to have. One goal is related to functional, so the work. So what are the personal goal that each of your members really want to deliver by the end of the experience? And also a personal goal. So everybody enters Isaac for a reason. Everybody starts an experience in Isaac for a reason. So what is this reason, and what is the development that each of your members really want to pursue? And then most importantly, how can they use Isaac and this experience to develop this? And how can you help him or her on that? So by doing this, the idea is that you have a very cohesive team that really understands what they're doing and take it personally. So take the thing that you're going to do very personally. Investing on a good building can make you can make you save a lot of effort later. Because then we're going to the performing. So the performing are the things that really need to happen in a regular basis. So first, You have regular team meetings. So these are the weekly, the meetings, they really need to happen weekly. The weekly touch points of all of the team. So uh, keeping a routine of weekly meetings can make your team have a routine of results, can make your team have a routine of performance. Then you have regular one-on-ones, which are moments in which you as a leader is meeting individually with your team member, and these regular one-on-ones can be for diverse reasons. And then you have regular team days, which are moments that are longer than a meeting, in which everybody gets together for more time to actually discuss about the area and also have some free time. So when we talk about regular team meetings, what are they? So, and how can we implement? So the first thing you need to do is to understand what is the agenda that you need, that you're going to do in your meetings. And planning the agenda, planning the meetings very well can make total difference in your members' presence, in your members' goals, and the things that they're going to do after the meeting. So if you leave your place to go to a meeting and this meeting is not worth going, then the next week maybe you will think twice in order to go or not. So also in the 40X book, we have a routine of meetings, a way of running meetings, which is the account, review, and plan. So accounting on the things that were done and were not done in the previous week, reviewing the current state and the causes that caused this current state, and then planning clear and very individual actions for us to move and for the team to work on the things that need to be worked on. The second thing is to make everybody participate on the discussions. So the meeting is not just about you downscaling a lot of things, and then they just listening and taking notes. So make sure that the meetings are actually worth their participation, and the things that you're going to do there are not things that you could just send by an email or something like this. And then you can also use the meetings to understand your team's mood. So if they are engaged, if they are lacking motivation, if they are lacking knowledge, and also to give some reminders. So the LC meeting is going to be next week. We have a conference coming up. We have things to do for the engagement of the LC. So what are the things that you can actually use this team meeting to remind them on and to engage them on participating? Remember that if you are their team leader, you are the best reference for them, and it's even better than TM and TXP saying things, the LCP saying things. If you are the team leader, they will really, really listen to you more. Also, the regular one-on-ones. So usually when we say one-on-one, we always think about talking about the experience. So reviewing the personal goal and stuff. And it's very important to understand that the one-on-one can actually have a lot of purposes. It can have a purpose of personal motivation, so understanding the personal motivation and following up on the personal goal that was set in the beginning. It can also be to talk about the profile of the person, how the person is fitting in the team, to review the personal goals for the functional work, to establish the connection between team leader and team members. So if you think that you really need to trust each other a little more, you need to trust that the others are going to do things, you can also go for a one-on-one. Connection with Isaac and with the purpose, you can get and give feedbacks, you can do training in a one-on-one, so be very open-minded when you are designing your one-on-one, which need to happen once a month for you to address the main problem that your team is facing and that each of your members are facing, because that's a very important space and a very powerful space that you have with each of them. And then you will have the team days. So team days, usually we think that they are moments to chill, but you can actually, as a team leader, use your team days to do a lot of things. So they are meetings that are held outside of the LC, and they usually take more time, and you can use your team day to make rewards and recognition. You can give positive feedbacks to your team. You can take the team days to downscale a big knowledge that you need to downscale so that your team is ready for a quarter that is coming up, is ready for a new process that is coming up. Or you can even use the team days to plan how your month is going to go and look like. It's also important to chill and have a good time, but you can also use for more strategical ways as well. And yeah, so these are the 3 steps that there are things that need to happen in a regular basis for your team to have a good routine. because then we're going to the closing. Usually when you think about the end of the experience, it's very hard for us to actually see people that put effort on passing the knowledge and stuff. But at the same time, when we talk with people that are actually working right now, we always listen that these people didn't receive transition and they are complaining about the lack of transition that they had. And this is always a cycle that we don't break because people don't pay that much attention on passing the knowledge forward. So when we talk about closing, we have three things, and these three things have a very singular importance. So first, we have the report, which is the actual accountability of the things that happened and didn't happen in the semester, in this term. So the results achieved, the strategies used, the things that failed, the things that went right. So actually, by looking at a piece of paper, by looking at a PPT, you can actually understand how was the term and what were the results delivered. Then you have the transition, which is actually passing the knowledge, the processes, the passcodes, the stakeholders' contacts, and everything onward. And so this is the moment in which either the people that are finishing the term and the people that are starting the term are equally responsible for managing this transition. And the last part is the debriefing, which is something that we really don't pay that much attention on, which is actually passing the skills and the learnings that each one got during the experience. So what are the contacts, what are the markets that you learned that are useful to strike, and the ones that you learned that are not useful to strike. So what knowledge can you pass onward that is not like functional knowledge but are very useful, they are equally useful. So on the report, as you said, you can contain graphics of productivity, a simple sheet of key achievements. For the transition is about processes, and for the debriefing is about the team experience and the learnings that each of the people got. So yeah, these are the team standards. They're very useful, they're very practical, and when we think about managing people, sometimes we get a little scared on the things that we need to do. But if you are elected EB, usually the biggest and the best team leaders in Isaac are the ones that actually do the very basic and simple stuff, and this is applying team standards. So I hope you liked it, and if you have any doubts, my name is Rafa Bonsanti, and you can text me on my email and we can talk about it. Thank you.